Even though the Model Y is a safe vehicle, it does not have a blind spot indicator near the mirrors like other cars. It shows up on the screen, but only if you give your turn signal. Otherwise, there's no alert. It does not show up by default when a car is coming from the back, like my Subaru does in this video insert here, and like most other cars. I feel like both the Model Y and 3 are lacking a key feature that comes standard in most vehicles today. Hello everyone and welcome back to DIY Dharma. Today I want to talk about the blind spot detection and ambient light accessory from TesStudio. TesStudio sent it to me for a review and installation video. There's a coupon code and affiliate link in the description so you can get one for your Model 3 or Y. It comes with the two-sided tape, an installation guide, a trim tool, and necessary cables to connect it to the car. I will walk you through the installation. The ambient light is a nice plus to the blind spot alert. You can set the ambient light to one of 7 or 8 colors. The installation is quite simple and looks brilliant. First, we start with the quarter panel. It is held by 3 clips, 2 on top and 1 vertical one on the bottom. Just use a trim tool to pry out these tabs. They should snap off quite easily. Next, we will remove the weather stripping to remove the mid A-pillar panel. This has a tab in the bottom. You have to pull it up to open the panel. I now want to first run this cable behind the dash to hide it. There is room behind the wedge, plastic wedge here, for the cable to fit through the top of the dash and the gray plastic trim. Now wire sits in the gap and it's hidden. To remove the bottom A-pillar, you need to undo this plastic clip by using a screwdriver to pull the center of the screw out. Then you can start pulling the bottom, which are just held in with clips. It's easier to remove the entire piece. I do this later in the video. Also, it's easier to remove the weather stripping. Next, we have one more screw to unclip that is holding the carpet. Use the same procedure to remove the screw and pull the carpet out slightly. The cable that it comes with has 2 connectors, one for getting 12 volts power and the other is for the ODB port. I first connected the 12 volt and then connected the ODB. They'll only go one way, so it's easy to connect them. After the connections, daisy chain the original connectors from the car into these cables. I now connect the ambient light just to make sure that it works before I start closing up everything. Now that it works, I push the cables back into the footwell and close the carpet. The carpet goes up the right side of the glove compartment, so push that part back in. Put the screw back in that holds the carpet. Now when putting the door jamb over, start from the back and work your way towards the front by pushing down the clips. Make sure they are tight. Also make sure that the carpet is hidden behind the plastic, as you do not want the carpet to be sticking out. Now put the screw back into that's holding the plastic. It just goes in, so just push it in. When putting the weather stripping back on, make sure that it goes underneath the other weather stripping on the outside. Use a trim tool to do this. Now we put the mid A-pillar plastic piece. You will have to slightly pull back the weather stripping to have the A-pillar mid piece go back in. Now for the side panel, it just gets pushed in and very straightforward. Other users have successfully put the ambient light in between the top of the dash and a metal plate. I tried this but could not get it in to stay. It kept coming out somewhere in the middle. So I just went ahead and used a double-sided tape and glued it to the underside of the dash. Here I'm trying to fit it in, but it just keeps popping out, so I just decided to use the tape to hold it in place. First, I start to clean the underside of the dash and the ambient light with some rubbing alcohol so that the double-sided tape sticks better. Then it's just a matter of gluing the thin strip onto the light bar. I have mine more actually to the left of the vehicle, but it should be more to the right. However, it's not noticeable. So if you want to test it out and align it so that it's right in the middle, you can do that. Now I'm trying to hide the wire underneath the metal plate, again using the trim tool to push it all the way in. And that's all there is to the installation. You use the right scroll wheel to change colors. Here's how the blinkers look like. So when the turn signal is on, they are green and blink. When it detects a car, the light turns into orange and blinks. But if you want to move over, it blinks red. Also, when the autopilot is on, the end colors change color as well. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this. Thanks for watching.